Community media takes on many forms, whether it's journalism delivered via social media or the broadcast of city council meetings and town halls. This guerrilla media is the backbone of democracy. You may not be aware, but we have a community media station right here in our area. Community TV Network, or CTN, is located on South Industrial Highway in Ann Arbor. CTN offers a lot of great workshops for free, including remote video equipment, editing, hotline, and main studio. To take advantage of their services, you just have to be a resident of Ann Arbor, or you can be sponsored by a nonprofit organization in the area. For example, Eastern Michigan University. Once you're a member, you can check out gear for free, schedule time to use the studios, and turn in productions to be aired on their public access TV station. That's right, there are still public access channels around, and they have some wonderfully weird programming to offer.
Beast, forehead, people, demonic devices, diverse viewpoints, dynamic personalities, 30 minutes! Contact CTN to schedule your show on Access Ann Arbor. And I'm talking to you, buddy!
So how does it all work? Years ago, the FCC created a system for local governments to charge large broadcast companies franchise fees in exchange for allowing them to use public land to house the necessary hardware to provide their services. So why doesn't every community have their own CTN? Not every community chooses to fund community media centers with their franchise fees. Some use that money to assist with infrastructure updates, pay emergency responders, and keep up on messy winter weather happenings. But for those communities that do choose to fund media centers, the FCC has also guaranteed that the broadcast companies would make stations available for those media centers to broadcast on. These are known as PEG channels. PEG, or Public Education and Government Channels, are the community's rightful airway space. These days, community media is under attack by large corporations and even our current presidential administration. One of the ways these centers stay relevant is by banding together, which CTN has done under the Alliance for Community Media. The Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, and Kentucky centers make up the Central States Alliance for Community Media. The Central States chapter of the Alliance for Community Media has an annual award show and conference, which is where my community outreach project begins. I was contacted by Alicia Albrecht, who worked at CTN at the time, to create the conference marketing materials and conference booklet. The conference was held at WKTV Studios in the Wyoming-Kentwood area of Michigan. There's quite a few community media centers that double as local news channels in Michigan, and WKTV is one that is focused strongly on community journalism. They even created the community outreach program Voices, which they run out of a refurbished vintage Airstream trailer. This became the theme for the conference. After I chose the design for the booklet, I started plugging in what I had. The conference had workshops scheduled over 3 days and ended with the Philo Award ceremony, so I needed to include the workshop descriptions, presenter biographies, vendor ads, scholarship information, maps, and schedule. I waited until a few weeks before the print date and I started to send follow-up emails. With Alicia's blessing, I gave everyone until 1 week before print to submit their information and then scheduled a meeting with Alicia to go over the finished product. Our meeting date, however, turned out to be the day that she received all of the information from the rest of the speakers. 1 day before the booklet was scheduled to go to print, I left CTN promising to have it finished that evening and sent to the printer by the next day. Alicia and I met the next week at CTN. We printed escort cards and name tags then stuffed lanyards with both. Leaving CTN that night, I was officially done with my community outreach, having logged over 30 hours of meetings, conference calls, and design time. The conference and marketing materials were a total success.